YouTube channel. So, hello dear mixed and biracial community. So I have another video today, and the video today is going to be talking about specifically systems. Hear me again, systems. So we're going to be talking about systems in this video. Okay, so on my screen you see about political, the prison, the economic, and the courts and judicial process and the healthcare system. So there's a lot of, in America there's a thing called the system, and there's plenty of systems you have. And even when it comes to racial systems, you have certain systems such as like white supremacy and black supremacy and other racial classifications of systems and stuff. And why I bring this up is because like we as a community, as the mixed race and biracial community, we need to build systems. We need to come up with systems. Even with, like, the caste system, there's a thing called the caste system. Okay, and there's all kinds of systems. Okay, and us as mixed race people, if we're gonna really build a community, build a group, and really like build a tribe, builds a population, an organization, an origin, a group, we need to have systems in place. We need to build a system, okay, to benefit us, for us to benefit us and the upcoming generations, for the past and upcoming generations, the future generations, okay? So we need to build systems. Now, I don't know, like, I kind of have an idea of what these systems might look like, but we need to, like, build, okay? We need to build as a whole, okay? Systems is gonna determine what we're gonna put in place, okay? To uphold and everything, okay? Okay, sorry about that. You see, we need to create a system or systems. We need to create systems for mixed and biracial people. So yeah, and let me do a little bit of research. Just a minute here. So a system, a set of things working together is parts of a mechanism or interconnecting network. Okay, so we need to network with each other. Okay, even if that means all of our channels like talking about a lot of different topics, us collabing and reaching out to each other, a set of principles or procedures according to which something is done, an organized framework or method like the public school system, okay? So we need structure. Our communities need structure, organization, and order, and complex, and arrangement, and network, and administration. We need it. This can mean like building schools for mixed race children, building like institutions for mixed race young adults, like colleges, building healthcare systems for the mixed race, for biracials, coming up with medicines, studying medicine, studying different things to help biracial individuals, adults, teenagers, and kids when it comes to the health field, health practices, medicine. So, an assemblage or combination of things or parts forming a complex or unitary whole. a mountain system, or a railroad system. Okay? So you kind of get the picture. Is to have an organization, a group, okay, like a set, being complex. So, racial systems. Race system. Okay. So, a race system is a framework that categorizes people into groups based on perceived physical differences. So, again, as biracials, multiracials, or whatever, mixed people are usually, and even lighter skinned people, whatever, or people that are monoracial, but they are more mixed passing, a lot of like exotical, like a lot of times male or female, a lot of times you'll see like 3C hair, 3A, like 2C to 3C or 4A hair represented as mixed race or like exotical in the racial ambiguity type sector on the media or on social media and stuff. People will say typically anywhere between 2C and 4A is typically known as like biracial, multiracial phenotype, like a multiracial mixed phenotype. Even slim noses, thin to slim noses, are usually a multiracial phenotype. Colored eyes between hazel and blue and green eyes are usually a multiracial mixed biracial phenotype. Light skin, anywhere between reddish skin, light brown, caramel, and just yellow or whatever, like a beige, pecan, butterscotch, toffee, like those type of complexions and colors, like French vanilla. You get what I'm saying. Ivory, those complexes are usually known as to be like golden. Those are the complexes that usually people associate with um, lighter skin, like mixed race, multiracial, biracial people. Um, yeah, so those are typically and those are typically the features that biracial people are associated with. Now, I'm not sure of lips because nobody ever talks about biracial people's lips and like cheek and jaw structure. Now, I have seen that a lot of people associate like with sharp cheekbones, like high cheekbones and stuff, with like white or Native American, but I've never really actually say that that's a phenotype specifically for the mixed race or biracial community. So any of the other like phenotypes that I just said is mainly the phenotype being represented in the media and on TV and online for like mixed race people or biracial, the expectation of what a mixed race or biracial person is in other communities, especially the Black community. So another thing that I want to say is that lips, I would say maybe biracials and multiracial. I think that could depend. It really depends because I done seen some with thin lips, like medium lips and small lips. Like actually, well, thin lips. Thin is in small lips, medium lips, and big lips. So I never really I never really hear other communities talk about like the size of mixed race people's lips. Okay, so it's mainly just like the hair type, the texture, and also their skin tone and the eye color. So again, let me tell you. So a race system is a framework that categorizes people into groups based on perceived physical differences, such as phenotype, such as skin color, facial features, and hair type. Race systems have been used to establish hierarchies among groups and to justify social inequalities and discrimination. So every group has a hierarchy, like in Nigeria or like someplace in Africa, dark skin and dark skin and white teeth might be the hierarchy or the beauty standard in that certain particular content, that country. And even in America, having long hair and a skinny frame might be the hierarchy in America and stuff like that. There's different beauty standards across the world, and every country has its like its own preference or its own thing of decision of who it wants to place on a hierarchy and represent, and what it represents. So roots. The roots of racism are linked to scientific racism, which use pseudo scientific means to legitimize racial superiority. Modern biology. Modern biology says that there's only one human race. Social construct. Yeah, for those who don't know, race is usually just a social construct. So modern science considers race to be a social construct, an identity assigned based on rules made by society. Okay? And you should know what racism is, but if you don't, I'll say it. The concept of racism is foundational. The concept of race is foundational to racism. The belief that humans can be divided based on superiority of one race over another. And I'm kind of so race stands for remove, alarm, confine, extinguish, or evacuate. Hold up. Okay. Does every race have a oops system? Hmm. Um, I wouldn't listen to that. It says no, but obviously there is a system. Like I said, there's many systems put into place. Um, so I would not take that. Like it said no, but I wouldn't take that into consideration because obviously I just read you like there is a system for every race. There's a standard for every race. Yeah. So anyways, so when you build a racial structure, so when you build a racial structure, hold up, sorry about that. Okay, so okay, wrong one. Um, ethnic. Okay, so kind of what we're looking for is ethnic values. So ethnic values are the values that characterizes the value systems of ethnic groups and whose continue to support helps to underpin notations of ethnic identity. This includes the values surrounding religious practices, taboos, traditions, and traditional knowledge. Also the history. So, basically, a group of people who share a similar culture, beliefs, values, and behaviors, language, religion, and ancestry characteristics, etc. But cultural values are when a race or whatever, like people within that race share like principles and ideas and behaviors that align with each other. Um and it's important to know these things. Um so I'm gonna look up what does it mean. Sorry for the silence, but I'm gonna look up what does it mean to uplift your own race. What does it mean to lift up your own race? So we want to network. We want to network in our space. So to lift up your own race means to actively work towards improving the social, economic, and cultural standing of your own racial group, often by advocating for their rights, promoting positive representation, and empowering individuals within that community to achieve greater success. Focus on collective and advancement. It emphasizes the idea of working together as a group to elite, elevate um elevate the status of the entire race rather than just focus on individual achievements. Addressing systematic inequalities. This can involve actively challenging and working to dismantle discriminatory systems that might hinder the progress of a particular racial group. So, what we're doing on these YouTube channels and stuff, when we're making these YouTube channels and we're connecting with each other and networking with each other by commenting on each other's channel, reaching out, emailing each other and stuff like that, and collabing with each other on the live streams or making videos and stuff, and we're talking about the problems that each one of us multiracials, mixed race, uh light skin, brown skin, and dark skin exoticals face on a daily basis. We are networking. We are working to try to challenge the masses. We're working together to dismantle discriminatory systems that hinder our progress as a multiracial group. And that's what we need to do. We need to keep doing that. We need to challenge the masses to try to, so they can stop, down, like throwing us under a bus. Really up to us is